Like, how does your brain jump from I cut myself and accidentally ate a piece of my skin to like I want you to eat my I want to eat it with you.
That's dedication, dude.
So bad. Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's like they cut it in half. Which part do you want?
What do you mean half? They just split it down the middle, dude, so it opens up.
Oh,
No!
I'm going back under my sheets.
what the fuck is that, dude? Is that Sakura? No, I'm just
Ew,
kidding. I'm
that's
kidding.
Kurama. That's Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. Why would I have, dude? I would have a pillow, not a blanket.
Ew! Is that Sakura?
Is that Sakura?
All right. Hello. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Heard from a Friend. I don't know what episode this is. 27, I think, maybe. But anyway, welcome. We say that joke every time now, so no.
No, we don't. It's
Because
just
we're
Lee.
in the 20s.
It's just Lee, dude. No, you're gonna be in your 30s. And hurry up,
Oh fuck,
dude. I hope I hope your blanket catches it.
No, chill.
For audio people only, I try to Sudoku with a lighter right now.
Seppuku,
I
you
should-
mean?
Sudoku. I should lean up because I just realized I'm like leaning back. Well, this mic's fine. I don't know. My levels are okay, I think.
Yeah, I raised mine a little bit just so I could lean back a little bit.
Yeah, you should raise your height a little bit.
Lean back. I can't. You should raise your IQ.
Anyway, welcome back. Jesus Christ. I'm hosting today. For those who don't know, for some reason, maybe it's your first episode. That's Lee at Lee Source, and then that's Steve at Ninja B. All our stuff is in the bottom in the description. Anyway,
Steve's got a dildo on his finger.
he does. Look.
So for the ones who don't, wait, was it on the last episode? No, it wasn't.
No, it was on our
For our,
bonus episode.
Yeah. So
for those of you that have access to our private Snapchat story that you only pay $5 for, and you get all that sexy content that I post, plus Richard's music method and Steve's workout thirst traps.
hey, I got a good one today.
I was gonna say, I know you're joking, but that sounds like really good content that we should probably start doing.
Yeah, what I was talking
But then
about
we
was
have to commit to it.
yeah, and then you guys are gonna
How hard
see me
is that?
doing. You guys are gonna see me doing nasty stuff. So that's
Why
like,
would I watch it?
That's why I said what I said.
You say you guys, but why would you like tell us like we're gonna watch
You
it?
would totally watch it. At some point, one of you is just gonna be like no, and then turn it off.
I'm be like, so this is what he's talking about. It's kind of mid.
No, it's not. No.
Go ahead, say it.
I don't want to.
Say it.
I want to smoke more.
Yeah, say it.
Anyway.
Anyways, for the ones who don't know, a few days ago, actually on the
Lost
weekend,
a finger.
yeah. So I've been robotic for a while.
He
I
lost
smashed my
the finger.
I smashed my finger on a workout with a cable and the industrial clip. Long story short, it smushed it, it clamped and it pulled. I didn't get any skin rip, but I did get internal bruising, and then there's no fracture, luckily. But it is like very bruised, and then right now, especially because it's like really cold, like it pulsates, and I can literally feel like pain. So I have to like take this off and like flex it and everything.
He can feel it pulsating.
He said it's throbbing.
It's throbbing right now as we speak.
He put it on that fireworks pattern too. Ew. Anyway.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but yeah.
Yeah, so are we, dude. You're not special.
I tried it. Okay, but you have emotional damage. I'm just like physically hurt.
Okay. All right.
Yours doesn't heal. Mine does.
Fuck. Oh, it heals. It just takes a lot of time and alcohol.
All right, now I'm depressed. Can we
guys, if you have some sort of
Lord
sadness,
have
don't drink. Be
mercy.
smart about it.
All right.
You'll smash your finger at the gym.
Okay.
Smash your homies at the gym.
All right, cool. We're going not straight into it at this point, but anyway. So I was randomly just kind of scrolling through TikTok, and I think the overarching theme of today's episode, like last episode, was kind of just like aliens and cryptids and shit like that. Overarching theme of this episode, I think, is just gonna be morality slash, what would you do? Because
yes, I would kill the baby to save the 5 people.
Cool.
It's the trolley question. That's the morality.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I'd die.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
I was watching this guy on TikTok, and basically he said that he had like 4 morality questions that he normally asks people, just to see, like, you know, they're kind of divisive and just what would you do type of thing. Like, a lot of people end up coming up with different answers, like 50-50 split type of thing. But anyway, some of them were a lot more interesting to me. Some of them were just like, yeah, I feel like anybody would probably agree. And then the other one was like, damn, I could see, you know, people going the other way. So the first question,
exciting.
The first question that I saw.
Morality.
So imagine this is a question. This is the first part. Imagine you were to meet
the
God.
Dragons. Okay.
Sorry. God, or like some whatever is the creator of the universe,
some higher
right?
power, yeah.
Exactly. And he tells you, "Hey, I'm gonna allow you and anybody else that you want, like your loved ones, your family, your friends, whatever. I'm gonna allow you the chance to move to a parallel universe. And this parallel universe can be anything that you want. So if you wanted to be, for example, in the Harry Potter universe, if you wanted to be in Star Wars universe, anything like that, or even just the universe where you're just fucking rich or whatever, you know, your perfect universe, you get to move to that universe and, like I said, bring whoever you want. What would that universe be, first of all? Do you know? I was like thinking about it, and I was just like, I don't think I would go into a magical universe. Maybe
Harry dangerous.
Yeah, I was like, maybe Harry Potter, just because I feel like Harry Potter, you know, that's more dangerous part.
That's the closest to reality, I think. The Harry Potter universe. It's like a little. I feel like that's
like a
closer rooted. Answer. Yeah, it's closer rooted in reality. So you're like, you know, if you want to, you could just be aware of what's going on, but like, still live in the chill human world.
Right. So it was either that or just honestly, like for me, like this more safer option would be just going somewhere where I'm rich as fuck and again, never have to worry about anything ever again. I don't know. That's just my, like, what my incentive would be. Steve? Nothing.
I don't know. I never really thought of that, to be honest. Like, if I had to pick a universe, it can be anything, like whatever.
Absolutely anything.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible, dude.
I'd move to a parallel world where my Hennessy bottle never runs dry.
I mean, okay.
That's the perfect world, dude.
Dope. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Okay, so imagine your perfect world, whatever, you get to move it there. The catch is,
I was thinking video games. I'm like, what world
video
would I
game
want to
universe
live in?
too, that's fine. Like, oh, dude.
My brain, it's not working. I can't do it.
Really? What?
Steve shit just threw me off. Oh my god, this man.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like, you know what the problem is that like all of the movies we like, all the shows that we like they have some sort of like fucked up, like concept happening in between. So it's like, why would I want to move to that world?
That's what I was gonna say. Is that Steve's problem is that he didn't really think about it. My problem is that I've thought about it too much, and I don't really like. That's hard because like it always revolves like, oh, there's all this really awesome shit that's the main reason why you're choosing it. And we're all, those of you that don't know, we're all fucking nerds to a certain degree. So we play video games, we've watched cartoons, anime, comic books, like books in general. Like at some aspect, I feel like we have, you know, a vivid imagination, all three of us. So it's like, yeah, that's tough because like there's all that fantastical shit, but then like there's like reality to an aspect. Like, okay, cool, you're gonna go into like the Witcher world or whatever. Bitch, I would never. Unless I was like plot armored, never felt pain, and I could just live in that world.
I was gonna say perfect
Goblin Slayer.
This is your perfect universe, as in you could go in there and literally just live out your life perfectly fine. Because again, this is perfect for you. So
that's even harder.
Exactly.
I think that's just too much power.
Well, not even that. There's just too many options now. Like,
because I was thinking, Steve brought it up, like video games. Now I'm like, fuck, Legend of Zelda is one of them probably that I would like
Final Fantasy would probably be one.
Final Fantasy is also a good one too.
That'd be so cool. Okay, that's a little sure. I can see that
just because of the graphics, but Final Fantasy for sure.
Well, I'm just thinking like, if it's a perfect universe where I can live my life and I could choose how I live it and it goes good, like, or it's how I would want it to go or some shit like that. Oh God. You're basically asking us like, what kind of story would you want to be the main character of? That's tough.
Sure.
Sword Art Online, dude.
Damn. Okay, main character though. I would assume I don't die. So I guess fuck it, I'll experience that. But that wouldn't be the world. I don't know. That's a lot of options.
For some reason, my brain went into a Studio Ghibli movie, and I was like spirited away.
See, it's got to be either something super sci-fi but modern, like it has to be cyberpunk level, but not with that level fucked up, or it has to be something super hyper fantasy, fantastical, like shit. Name almost any fantasy anime that I've been into recently. Damn, that's hard.
Just as League.
Yeah, League. Oh,
that's also not. I didn't even think about that. That'd be cool. That universe is pretty cool.
Dude.
No, that looks stressful.
Much as I feel like Valorant would be like.
You just be a normie.
Well, you choose. You choose if you want to be normally, or if you want to be Radiant. Radiant. There you go. Like what do they call themselves?
Just Richard dressed as Jet.
I think I'd want to like. Damn, I don't know. That's hard. That's my knife throwing. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of options. They're all nerdy.
I think but overall,
it's the Among Us universe, dude.
Overall thing, whatever, your perfect universe. You know, you get to pick whatever the fuck you want. The catch is that they tell you, all right, you can go there, take wherever you want, but somebody has to be sacrificed.
It does kill someone to do this.
Okay. Somebody in your family.
It's a complete stranger, so that's one thing. But when you get to the universe, that person's family / anybody, what's it called? You know, all of his loved ones and stuff will notice that they're gone, but won't know that what happened to them. Along with that, when I say sacrifice, I don't mean that you just push a button or they just snap out of existence. You're the one that has to physically sacrifice them.
You know what's fucked up? I immediately thought of like, okay, I have to murder this person. Not even a button. My brain was straight up like, okay, do I have to? Would I be willing to kill
my
someone
brain thought Castlevania. when they sacrificed his wife.
Oh.
She's a witch, supposedly.
Yeah. They burned her at the stake.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, I think I would kill someone for the perfect world.
For my perfect world. Yeah, I mean, if I already chose to want
with all my friends and family and stuff like that.
I mean, the Kingdom Hearts universe.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Hey, that has a bunch of them. So 100%.
Yeah, I would. I think I would. Yeah.
Boy, they ain't no more out here.
Okay.
The fuck? My perfect world? Bye. Stranger? Don't care.
Sick. I don't think I could. I mean, like I okay. Just being like the thought of it, sure. Yeah, like, oh yeah, I could probably do it, fucking whatever. But then you get there, and then the whole point is that you would end up meeting this person's family or stuff, whatever, whoever it is that that they're leaving behind. And I just feel like they obviously won't know that you did it, but I just feel like that would eat at my conscience way too much for me to be fucking happy / do anything in this universe after that.
No.
I
I
would.
would just go on and make my own adventure.
I was thinking about that literally right now. That's my brain. That's why I was so quiet. I was literally thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I will do this in the most like bitch made, total wimp like way. I think like just stalk them for a bit, figure out the routine, I guess, and then I would just shoot them in the back of the head. I think just because I don't see the face. I don't want to know anything beyond what moments you're by yourself, late or whatever. Like I think that's how I would do it. Just very quick. No, that's it. It's done. I don't even have to like the most I see is just like this, right? Like just the back of the head and my gun and them dying. Like I would assume that once it happens, it's almost instantaneous. Like I'm pretty sure there's like 2-3 seconds where it's like it's done, and then universe starts or whatever
like warps
the
or whatever around you.
Yeah, so I assume that there is that. So I wouldn't really concern myself with like, am I gonna get caught? No, dumbass. Why the fuck would you get caught? You know, I think that's my main concern is the repercussions of my actions. But if there's no repercussions other than me getting exactly what I want with the people that I like more than anyone else, fuck yeah. And in my universe, there'd be no homophobia. So that, I mean, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I just thought about it. It's my perfect universe. Oh, you bet your ass I'm a murder someone. Oh my God.
They're like, what world?
Bro,
Zootopia.
Dude, I didn't even think about it. Oh my God. Yeah, no, straight up. Maybe I'd look at them. If I had to, fuck yeah. For my perfect universe, oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
If they told me, hey, you have to like hang out with this person for the day and then decide, I'd be like, no, just give it to me now. I'll do it right now. Like I don't want to know this person. I'm just gonna do it.
So then let's go with that. What would you do if you had to get to know them for like 24 hours?
24 hours.
I mean, I'd let them know and be like, hey, look.
Okay, they know, and then they start just kind of like, again, like you just hang out for them with a day, whatever the fuck. Let's say you grow a bond or whatever, but you still end up deciding you still have to. All right,
I'd do it. No, all jokes aside, I would.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I would too. I mean, yeah, for like my brain is trying to. I am 100% trying to justify it with saying I would. But my new justification of like doing it would be, you know, all the good shit for me, of course. But I'm bringing in everyone that I like and stuff like that and love. One person for their happiness as well as mine. Fuck yeah, sure.
No, just pump brain with serotonin, live a good life.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'd need like a therapist or something, and I can just say and that you can have one that I'm having.
And you can have
like
one.
That. Yeah, I don't know. I'd go through ways to help myself cope with the decision that I made. So
just try to justify it to yourself.
Yeah,
exactly. I think you're right. Yeah, but
I mean, that's literally what I'm doing. Is like after getting to know someone, like not knowing them is one thing. Like, yeah, of course, but knowing them, it's like that's a little bit different. But my justification is the happiness of the people that I love. So I think I would do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Can't fault you there. Nice.
Especially if it's yeah, man, I can't believe I think about that homophobia thing too right now. Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's cool.
you could play Siege without worry, dude.
Oh, I was like, why? And then never mind. Yeah. I remembered exactly what happened.
Fucking deals with all that bullshit there.
I thought about it. Yeah.
Get your shit together, fucking
Rainbow Six Siege is not a good time, y'all. There's this calling card on there. It's basically just a character profile background. Like they have a portrait, and then there's a background, and then there's the character. I have a rainbow background because gay and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I mean, well, the thing is, there's rainbow everything everywhere. Like even on Valorant, we all had like the pride thing going on, and we dealt with shit like in all chat. But there isn't any friendly fire in Valorant. You know, it has friendly fire, or at least had friendly fire. Okay, well that's one thing, but like you can't insta kill someone in Valorant with friendly fire. And Siege though, it's just a bullet. That's it, and then it's done. So I remember I was playing, and I think I played like the first round. I came in super late, like it was just a join in, and I think I killed everyone except for one dude, and we lost. So I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know what's going on with my team. I guess they're losing. And then I picked my character, and then I a second into it and I'm like setting up a wall, like you put up defenses and stuff, I just get shot in the head just for no reason. And I was like, okay. And I said that in voice chat.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy came on the mic and he was like, listen here, fella. We don't appreciate that type of behavior in here.
We don't quite like your kind around
we
here.
don't quite appreciate your presence. But like as like a 16-year-old little bitch. But God, it was just a trip. It was just out of nowhere. And I was like, what do you mean? What? Right now? I just came in late and I just like almost clutched it. What do you mean? There's a dude with 0 kills in the game. What are you doing? And like, I don't give a fuck, blah, 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 this and that. So I was like, man, I wish your mom swallowed your dumbass as well as your brother and sisters. I can't believe you're the one that fucking made it. And he was like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, insert slur here. And I was like, don't call me that. Your dad calls me that on the weekends. Stop it. And then it went down to like, my dad fights for your freedom so that you can live your sinful way. And I was like, and he still calls me baby. I don't care, bro. Like, fuck with it. And then I think I said some shit like, I'm pretty sure your dad's as insert slur here, as much as I am. Let's be real. Especially if he's, I think he said a Marine or a seaman or some shit like that. Unless he's already surrounded by a bunch of us. What do you think is gonna happen, bro? He's like, what the fuck? And I was like, I bet your grandpa taught him it too. So I bet you better calm your ass down. And then he was like, my grandpa's dead. And I was like, if I had a grandson like you, I'd do it too. Shit, I'm not surprised. Homophobic little bitch. And they voted to kick me and I got kicked out.
We have to bleep so much.
Not really. Not really.
Too bad. Homophobic isn't
that
bad.
was really good.
No, not that
really
part.
Good censored, but it's
yeah, it was just it's just a lot. They did fix it though. Now there isn't like any friendly killing in the very beginning, but they can still do it in like the match. But it's like
how annoying, yeah.
At that point, if you're going out of your way to do it, I play. This is like all aspects, but I'm already halfway across the map just because that's how I play. So like, if you're gonna dedicate it like that, all right, bud, I ain't tripping. I'm pretty sure they usually give up if they do that, but I haven't dealt with that since that one time. But
wow,
yeah,
all right.
So Perfect World would not have that
where you can play Rainbow Six in peace.
In peace.
So what's your second question?
All right, so second question.
Yeah, the second morality.
The second morality question.
Already down the drain.
True.
Anyway, second question. So he said, let's say you just finished a marathon / sprint / something to the point where you're extremely hungry, right? And a friend of yours invites you over for dinner. Like he says, oh, I'm having a dinner party, just come over. So they're like, okay. So you go, and as soon as you get to the house, you get this smell, and it smells delicious, right? It smells absolutely insane in there, like a 5-star restaurant type of thing. And you start salivating and all this stuff. So when you walk into the front door, your friend greets you, but you notice that he's missing an arm, and you're like, what the fuck?
Okay.
And then he tells you, oh, don't worry, what's it called, the doctor's already cauterized it, he's gonna be fine, he's gonna live just fine, right? He's okay. And then he tells you, yeah, we're actually gonna eat my arm tonight,
we're having me for dinner.
Mm-hmm. So you're like, what does that mean? He says, oh, like it's been cooked into whatever your favorite dish might be. So like, for example, it could just end up being like a crock pot type of thing where it just like fall off the bone already. It looks like just regular meat or whatever. Or, burger type of thing. Yeah, exactly.
Just evaporating.
But everybody's already at the table because it's about to be served. And again, it smells delicious. You are extremely hungry, because of whatever you just did, and everybody there is prepared to eat that arm, even if you say no. So the question becomes: would you eat, knowing that this is your one and only time that you can, morally, technically, try human flesh without, with it being kind of consensual in a way?
No.
No.
Consensual cannibalism.
No, because the thought of me like trying human meat has never been like an idea. Like it's never been like I've seen movies, I've seen shows and shit, and it's like I'm never like, how do they make it look good? And it's like, no, I'm a regular person.
You know what? No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think so either. My brain is just too. I would be too hyper focused on like what the wound looks like and stuff like that. Like I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to see it, but my brain would just be thinking of like, I might ask to see the wound just to like see what like a severed arm looks like. I'm pretty sure, as weird as it sounds. But I mean, I could Google shit like that too. But also, I don't know. That's
like the curiosity in me really wants to say I kind of be down just because
I think I would stay around so I could ask. I would stay around so I could ask. Now that you mention it, I would stay around so I could ask whoever's like if they're eating it. Yeah. I would ask them like, okay, what's it like? Closest comparison, and I want it detailed. Like I want. Like,
there's actually details about what we taste like, because
what do we taste like?
Because cannibals.
So apparently, I forget exactly who it was, but they said that it's kind of like veal. So deer meat.
That's deer meat.
I don't think I've ever had deer meat. Isn't deer meat gamey?
It's gamey.
No.
It's it could be.
Deer meat's like the cleanest like meat that exists because of what they eat and stuff. And it's very like it's very filled in nutrients. Like it's not gamey or anything like that. It's actually very like cleaning and like clear. Like you could see like it glistens once it's cooked. It has like a glisten on it, but it's just like because it's clean. But it's fucking delicious.
If I didn't know that it was my friend's arm, and I would just assume that he's in the kitchen and everybody's like, "Oh, we're about to eat," and I would sit down and I didn't know what it was and I ate it, and if it tasted good, I don't know if I think I'd be, damn, I'd have a moral. That's more of a moral conundrum for me. Would I feel bad about it, or would I, like, my brain can't. There's a lot happening in that scenario in my head.
Sorry, so
gamey. God, but if it like smells amazing.
No.
Weird. Deer meat. It tastes like, the close thing is that it tastes like deer meat, or it feels
that's what
like deer meat.
I think I remember that's what them saying.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's supposed to taste like deer meat. Like veal.
Like really close to it.
And veal's, I'm telling you, like veal like is like falls off the bone type of meat shit.
Yeah. I've also seen it like depends on the person's diet, because I think again this is all coming off of people who've eaten it kind of consensually / some of them also haven't, obviously, because there's fucked up people in the world, but that is a thing, consensual cannibalism, because some people just have this not desire, but I guess kind of like, parts of them where they want somebody to eat a part of them.
Why?
Or just eat. I don't know, dude. Like, I think honestly it comes down to maybe some kind of really fucked up fetish. Or
it really is a fetish. Yeah, it's a fucked up fetish. I forgot it's an actual thing too. Like people who like to
sensualizing cannibalism, or just consensual cannibalism?
Consensual. Like they get aroused out of like the idea of someone eating their flesh. Yeah, it's like an actual fucking thing.
Yeah. So anyway,
you know what fucked me up on that right now, because we're talking about that movie, Bones and All.
Yeah,
because
I remember you brought that up.
Yeah, these people were cannibals, and like they like it's fucked up. And then like even seeing it, I was like, yeah, no, like I just can't, I wouldn't. And
like you just can't wrap your head around not wrap it around, but just can't get over the fact like, no, that's human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my brain distinguishes the idea of it.
What happened? Did you go to images? Please tell me you didn't go to. Okay.
I went to an article that the article title is consensual cannibalism wrong? ? And the post starts with, consider the following scenario. Person A and person B find each other over the internet online and discuss their interest in eating a part of person's B body.
Hmm?
Person B eventually goes over to person's A house where they cut off person's B penis and consume it. Both participate in the meal, and it is a sexual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This scenario is based on a 100% true story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now that you
This is
bring
the
that
thing.
up, I remember. Okay, because you know I think it was Vsauce. You know the channel, YouTube. Basically,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the one that I saw it. He kind of like dove deep into that, and he was saying like there's whole websites kind of dedicated to this, where it's like people
People
seeking
round
out.
up and talk. Mhm.
Well, yeah, people seeking somebody who wants to a piece of them eaten, and then other people who are seeking, people who want to eat them.
Why?
I don't know, dude.
And those are two separate fetishes too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like honestly,
I'm too high for this.
So
that is wild.
So obviously, I'm pretty sure it's like illegal in most of the fucking world. But because of records from the before times / again, like I said, because of criminals who've done it, non-consensually, there are details as to like how people taste, and the main overarching thing is that everybody kind of has a different taste to them, kind of like cows, I guess, in a way, where it depends on what they eat. So like Wagyu or whatever the fuck the fanciest
black kettle,
the fanciest kind of like cows or whatever eat the best type of stuff. They say like humans who eat really high nutritious food, being realistic, just people who aren't eating shit like Taco Bell and whatever every night or whatever, have a much better taste to them than people who eat junk food all the time. So it's really weird. It's really kind of gross when you think about it, but yeah, I don't know. He brought that question up, and I really started thinking to myself. I was like, like I said, I don't know. I don't think I would go through with it, but my curiosity definitely makes me kind of like second guess, to the point where I'm just like, fuck, this is like I said, it's your one and only chance to ever actually try it consensually, no repercussions whatsoever. And then just kind of get that curiosity out of your mind, just to be like, yeah, okay, I know exactly what it tastes like. But I don't know. Like, I think the closest thing to me for that would just be like seafood for me. So like, I can't try it obviously, but it's like if I could, I don't know, maybe. You good?
No.
Why?
He's still reading.
My brain's just trying to it's like trying to find the reason why like somebody would be into doing this. Like, why would you want to be consumed? I assume consuming someone or a part of someone is just some weird, like, I don't know, something going on with eating primal, like some shit like that. I don't know. I gotta assume that it's something along those lines. But willingly letting yourself being consumed is it's something else. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
People are weird, man. Dude.
Oh god. Like, I feel like for most kinks, it's like, yeah, I can, not that I can get it, like as in like I would do it, but more like, okay, I kind of understand, or I can see the trail that leads to this destination.
Mm-hmm.
And the destination is the kink. And the trail would be like maybe trauma or whatever, like past experiences.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like, God, what the fuck? How does your brain jump from I cut myself and accidentally ate a piece of my skin to like, I want you to eat my penis. I want to eat it with you.
That's dedication,
so bad. Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's like they cut it in half. Which part do you want?
What do you mean half? They just split it down the middle, dude, so it opens up.
Oh, you're no. You
no.
Next time one of y'all Someone out there licking weenies, dude.
Oh my god.
Split it right down the middle.
Whoa, but by the way, I'm not like, listen, if I gotta bite something because something is bad happening, I will do it. I swear to God, I'll defend myself. I don't care if that's whatever it is. I'm considering it self-defense, and that's what my brain's gonna roll with. I'll bite something off. I swear to God.
Soft or hard?
They don't give a fuck. It's gonna bleed.
That's a lot of blood.
Yeah, it is. I assume I'm gonna die anyway, so at least you'll die with me, you bitch, and at least one of us got a dick.
Cut yours off and put it on, dude. Sew it on.
Oh shit. Oh, okay, hold on. Tangent.
Now you're a part of me
Hold on.
forever.
Tangent. There's a book called Unwind.
Your penis and me.
Unwound. It's kind of like this dystopian, not super dystopian. It's just like the whole thing about it is that, yeah, we could talk about it. Where abortion was outlawed, but
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Up to when they're, I think 16, I think somewhere around there, some kind of teen. You can choose to have your child unwound, which
What
just
the fuck is unwound?
What's unwound?
which just means
You throw them away?
kind of where essentially they are taken to an institute where they are put to sleep / moided, and all of their parts are donated to people who need them. So for example, say somebody needs a heart for whatever the fuck reason.
Wait, what? Okay.
It's, I don't know, that's the whole plot of the book, right?
It's better than our donor
Wait, but
system.
I'm thinking like, what? A newborn's heart could do nothing for someone, for
No,
a full-grown adult that needs a heart.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's until they're like 16, and I think it starts at a certain age.
Oh, my
Not
brain
months.
totally forgot or let go of the 16
babies.
part. Yeah, my brain stuck with like, cause like fetuses. I was like, or like a baby. I was like, or
Yeah.
like whatever's in there.
You fucking
Before?
aborting teenagers?
Yeah. So you can.
So you,
Up till 16,
I think
your
so.
parents could just be like, "You're such a
we-
fucking bitch,"
For them-
unwound,
Well,
or whatever, and then they just
you
die.
have to go through a court case. I think from what I remember, the whole thing is
Oh,
like they
thank God.
it's mainly made for kids who are seen as a waste / pieces of shit. So think people that like, you know, are just like really kind of like fucking up, whether it's
fuckheads, basically.
Yeah. And what's it called? The point is they get unwound, like I said, parts are donated. And you know, that's their solution to abortion / like they're like, okay, we can't get rid of the babies, but if they turn out to be pieces of shit, then that's when we can, you know, kind of get rid of them.
That's actually kind of smart.
So it's just
It's
like
because a baby doesn't have options, right? When you become like a young adult and you start doing stupid shit, like shit that can drastically affect like the unfortunate situations. Like I bleeped this out, but like all the school and shit, you know.
Yeah.
So like those kids, but the fuck out of here.
Okay, so then take that and now just imagine like, say for example, that happens, they unwind the kid, and for some reason, let's say you're the one who needs an arm, for whatever the fuck reason, and you get that kid's arm.
Okay.
Sure. I would assume that they wouldn't tell me like the whole story. I assume that they would, unless that's like part of the deal where they're like, we give you an honest, 100% truthful background, like full background, like a full packet of who you were just donated from or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I would assume that they wouldn't tell me, because then I would feel uncomfortable with it. But
be
I
like, whose arm did I get? Be like, you got a chronic masturbator's arm.
Quagmire's arm was just
just one big blue vein.
I don't remember if they do in the book, if they do say that they tell you it's
elbow.
You.
If they sick calluses on him.
Ew. I don't think they tell you, but anyway, read. I definitely suggest the book for whoever hasn't read it. It kind of makes you like think about it in a little bit, just because the book follows 3 characters. and they're kind of like from different backgrounds. So the first one is kind of like this fuck up kid. He doesn't murder anybody or anything, but he's just kind of seen as this kid who isn't gonna do shit / accomplish shit, and he's kind of disrespectful from what I remember. So his parents just decided that they're going to get him unwound. That's like what the system was designed for, supposedly, right? Whereas the second character is in an adoption / orphanage type of thing, and they're kind of their whole thing is that if they're not adopted before a certain age or something like that, that they're just going to get sent to get unwound because again,
so they're like
taking up
like,
space or whatever.
Because ain't nobody wants you anyways. So what the fuck good you gonna do to the world?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So that's the second character, and then
that's a good system.
and then the third character is about this kid who kind of came into this religious kind of outlook to it, where it's an honor to be unwound / whatever, because you're kind of doing.
This is like a fetish.
No. You're doing an honor to your fellow man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Decluttering the world.
No, because you're helping them out or whatever. You're helping humanity / that's what God would want or something like that. I forget exactly what it's saying.
That's fucked up, dude.
I think you have to reach like a certain age before you can be unwound. But like basically if you're in this religion / honestly cult type of thing, once you reach that age, you're automatically sent to the system to get unwound. And again, you're kind of growing up in this belief that it's the biggest honor to be chosen for that. Again, those are like the three characters. It's a really good book because I don't know, I just
did it make a show out of it?
Unfortunately, no. At least not that I know of. I don't know. But yeah, read that shit. It's a good book. Or listen to it if you have like Audible or something. You good?
I'm just thinking about it. I feel like, dog, don't wait till they're old. Deal with that shit when they're kids. Just control births at that point. If you're gonna try to control teenagers, like that's a little bit. That's my shit is when there's like consciousness, you know, and I mean like self-aware consciousness, not like I forget when they say consciousness is like there, but it's like pretty. It's like in development or some shit like that.
I think isn't conscious developed once you start actually making your own choices on like what you do, like when you can fully make your own choice on like I chose to do this, I chose to wear this, I chose to go by this, that, and the third. It's not necessarily like
that's not consciousness. I think that's just.
No, I'm saying that doesn't that just come with it though, because you technically do build a conscience behind it, because you know it's like your conscience is like, hey, if you eat this, you're gonna spend a lot of money here, or you're gonna gain weight, or you're gonna do this and that, and it's like, okay, but I'm gonna do it anyways. That's your conscience talking to you, regardless of it, right?
I don't know.
So that kind of just falls hand to hand, and like
I saw a TikTok about that. It was just like this guy it was a comedy skit. He's just like, when you suddenly gain consciousness when you're 5 years old.
Yeah,
it's just
I saw that.
Where are we?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like when does a kid fucking actually believe? Yeah, actually start thinking for their own.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy.
Do you know what your first memory is?
Yeah.
Father.
I was gonna say for the memory thing, fucked up part. For some reason, when I was a kid, I think I was turning 4 or 5, and I know that there was like more stuff before, but I had an actual like something happened with my head, and I completely forgot like where I was, where like my mom, like where we were going. Like I knew that she was my mom. Like there was like that like real that feeling, but there wasn't any real information there. Like everything kind of just went blank. Like it felt like someone shocked my brain, and I was just sitting in the back of my car, and I was like, "What the?" Like it just like I couldn't catch myself for like for a while, and until like everything kind of leveled out when we got to school. But I don't know what the fuck happened. I felt like it just kind of lost. Like I don't remember anything from before. Almost nothing. I think the one thing I might remember is like the aquarium. maybe. And I feel like that might have happened like after or some shit. But yeah,
Steve,
the aquarium.
When we used to live in LA in our old apartments, we had like I have fond memories of like being really little, and my dad like hiring like those like actors who like dress up as like characters, and like he brought the whole Power Rangers like people are coming.
Aw, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's cute.
That's my fondest memory as a child. Like, and I think I was like, from what my mom said, I was like 3 or 4. But here's the funny thing: within those years, we went to Disneyland. Like I remember going to Disneyland. I don't remember going to Disneyland at all with my parents, and I was already a kid. Like my mom was like, "Yeah, you were walking already at that time." It was around that time. I don't remember any of those, but I think because my brain kind of like blocked out so much like sensory that's happening, because there's so much happening, it's overwhelming. I think as a child, like your brain just blocks that because it's like trauma. Like, hold up, wait, we don't know what this is. Like it might be bad. So I think that's why those things block out. But I ain't no child therapist, dude.
Okay.
I'm studying to be an adolescent.
I don't remember what mine was. I think like I have like really, really foggy / scattered memories of my first preschool. But I specifically remember it's like, you know how like in California, because like in California, apparently this isn't a thing which I get in the rest of the US, is that our schools are outdoors. Not like completely outdoors. Obviously, there's still what's it called, the classrooms and all that. But you know how like there's no overall building / tower or whatever. So like when you go to recess, you're not in or even going in between classes or whatever. You get to see the sky. Whereas like apparently in most of the rest of the US, they're just inside of the building the whole time. But point is,
there's schools out here like that.
Yeah, but like for the most part, they're kind of like
they have some sort of like you get to touch grass for like a few minutes.
Yeah,
we basically have outlet schools. It's like an outlet mall, but outlet schools.
Yeah. So anyway, for like recess or whatever, I remember them kind of taking us out and doing like YMCA and all that shit, like the little PE / just.
But you're a lot older for that.
No,
I remember that.
I remember that specifically in preschool because I don't think it was YMCA. I just said it because I was like, that's the thing that I remember most being done. But I forget exactly what was happening. But yeah, I don't know. I think
young man.
All right. Do we have time? I still have one more question, but
I did Google it. Apparently, consciousness, I think it says begins to be in place between the 24th week or 28th week of gestation of a baby.
Do you ever fucking hate when people are like, "Oh, my kid's 40 weeks old"? Like, I don't know how fucking old that is.
Making me do mental math and shit.
Apparently, they do it because doctors do that. I think the hospitals, because that's why they just start doing it, because that's how they're expected to keep track of like
if in the future my friend tells me, if in the future one of my friends tells me, "Oh, my kid's 60 weeks old," I'll be like, "Bitch, you work at a grocery store. You are not a doctor. How old is your fucking child?" Right. Don't give me that shit.
True.
It's true though.
But yeah, that's where I'm like a little iffy. Like if people want to like to circle back to the overall thing, I like the
unwind thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying, I'd rather it just be done before like a consciousness is developed or whatever. Yeah. Within like 24 to 28 weeks in that fucking time frame. If you want to keep
how old is that
teenager shit, that's you're not even born. You're still being gestated. You're still being created, basically. I don't know, 24 weeks. There's 4 weeks in a month.
Wait, 24 weeks old or 24 weeks in what's it called?
In
the fetus. Yeah.
Oh.
Fetus wise. That's when consciousness is being created. Like,
so 6 months?
I guess so. That would be the time frame. Consciousness is not something that I feel like you guys are confusing consciousness with like memories. Like when you start remembering things, or what you remember does not mean that's when you acquire consciousness.
Yeah, no.
Like consciousness is being aware of your being.
That's why.
Like,
I don't think.
Yeah, but it's not.
babies.
But it's not
are
this
like that.
elaborate thing. Like
Everybody
when you
thinks
start
it's like
when you
free
start
will and
questioning
shit.
it, it's not really. Well, yeah, no, it's not really that. That's just like consciousness is more of like a sense of being like you're just aware of like maybe
Of
loosely or
yourself
whatever.
slightly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're
Okay.
just like
You know you exist,
yes, like
but
you're
you just
aware.
don't know what you are.
Yeah, I would have to say like that. I'm just trying
Hmm.
to think. It's for me. I guess it's just more like yeah. I'm trying to think of a way to word it, but
I understand.
yeah.
Interesting.
So
Do you guys believe that the kids have that third eye for like a certain amount of time?
yeah, I do.
Like
I don't.
they see shit or like know shit about things that maybe we don't come across because we're so like
Jaded and bruised by the world.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
But these kids have like obviously they're pure to the heart and mind that they don't have that, so they have that third eye is what they call
yeah.
it. So that's why they can see like ghosts
So
and shit, or they get that sixth sense.
I have a story about this. I'm the biggest skeptic when it comes to this stuff, just because I've said it before. I don't really believe in the afterlife slash the
The great
ghosts or anything.
beyond.
But anyway, I have a nephew. His name is Anthony. And when he was a kid, I want to say like maybe 3 years old, maybe like a little older slash a little younger, somewhere around that ballpark. Um, Unfortunately, his uncle died. It was an accident. I won't get into the details, but anyway, uh, he was living with my sister, obviously at an apartment complex. And again, he's a kid. He doesn't really know much about what's going on. All he knows is that his uncle isn't around anymore. Like obviously
Yeah.
he's in visiting, and he started telling my sister that he was seeing him, kind of, in a sense, that he's like, oh yeah, Uncle Jimmy's next, or like right there in the next room or whatever. That was the uncle's name. His name was Jimmy. And my sister was like what? He's like, yeah, like he's right there. He's just hanging out, blah blah blah. And he would hear, or she would hear him talking to
Someone.
to Jimmy or whatever, right?
That's funny. I'll tell you right now. Continue.
I guess I kind of have to go into the story a little bit. Basically, his uncle died by falling off of a cliff, type of thing.
Stop it!
What's it called?
Sorry. Bopping the kids. Stop it!
He fell off a cliff, and everybody thought that it was just a freak accident, right? And nobody really thought twice about it. At least not at the beginning. And at least they didn't say anything to Anthony. But then Anthony just randomly told my sister one day. He was like, "Yeah, Uncle Jimmy's sad," and he's like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Yeah, he says that he got pushed off." Like, again, no context. He had no idea what happened to him. He's just like, he says that he got pushed, and they're like, "What?" And basically, I don't think anything really came out of it, but as far as they know, there was foul play involved as to how he died. And everybody started, kind of like freaking out in the family in a way, just kind of being like trying to get anything more out of him, trying to see if like he can kind of like give any more clues as to what happened. But he just said like, no, he's just what's it called, like, there, he's sleepy, like, type of thing. And I don't remember exactly what else happened after that, but that kid definitely kept, like, for a while, just kept saying that he was seeing some things for like a good 2 years. So I don't know if it's true or not. That definitely kind of started leading me to like, oh crap, maybe there's something to this. But at the same time, I was just like, I don't know. Kids are very imaginative to me, but again, who knows?
So now that you mentioned that, just to kind of add on to it, because I know we're running short on time.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandmother from my mom's side, she passed away of cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
She died in our apartment when we moved out here, because we decided to take care of her on her remaining time. Danny was like my little brother. He was about like 3 or 4, something like that. Maybe a little younger because he was still in a crib.
Much old.
He was still in a crib, so he was small, but he was able to talk already, like slowly, like start making words.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom would hear him like, no, one of his first words are puta. I was like, shout out to my dad.
That sounds like a Danny thing.
Yeah. He also flipped him off when he was younger too, which was the funniest shit because he didn't know what it meant. But like my mom would hear him because obviously it's like the way our apartment was, like front door, living room, little space, kitchen, and then a small little hallway. And then on the left would be like their bedroom where Danny was at the time because he was in the crib still.
Mm-hmm.
But you can hear from the kitchen, like you can hear from the dining area, you can hear it. And she would hear him have like conversations with my grandma. Like he would call her, and then he would like be up and he'd be talking to her, and then like she would come in and she'd be like, "Oh, mijo, like like who are you talking to?" And he'd be like, "Oh, like mama."
Mm.
And then like she's like, my mom would obviously cry because it's like we dealt with that. But that happened for a few months, like a few months, and then it abruptly like just stopped when I think it was Jesse. He had a dream of my grandmother coming and saying bye, and then we all kind of had a dream following up to that of her saying bye, and then he never spoke to my grandma again. Like it just automatically stopped, which was like the weirdest thing. But it literally happened like day after day after day after day, and then that was kind of it. But it was never like there was no word exchange between us or anything. But she had conversations with my little brother because Danny obviously had developed that relationship. Like he remembers my grandmother. Like he was old enough to remember her, but not old enough to have memories with her.
Yeah.
But his memories of her is him having conversations with her. He wasn't even able to have full conversations yet with us. So it's like we're like that. Those are his memories, and we're like those are like it's the weirdest thing. So that's why I was like, do you believe in that?
Yeah. So I don't know if you have something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the same thing with both of you. The same thing with each of you. But happened to me. Yeah, when I was a kid. The exact same thing that Steve was talking about. My grandma passed, and I do remember my grandma passing. Wait, do I remember my grandma passing? I do kind of. She passed, and I guess I got it. That's the part where it's all kind of one big blur. I don't remember a lot after that. I remember my grandma passing around that time frame, and my dad basically telling us like, we're not going to go to Grandma Flores anymore on Sundays or the weekends or something like that. She's not with us, stuff like that. But I don't remember the time frame. But afterwards, my dad is talking to my aunts, my uncles, his brothers and sisters. There's a lot of them. I think there's like 6 of them all together, and everybody's talking about like, oh, I felt mama when I was shopping. Oh, I smelled her perfume when I was standing in line for the bank. Oh yeah, when I was cooking, I swear I heard I felt her touch me on my shoulder. Like I felt like she was there. This is all this shit. And my dad hasn't experienced anything. Mind you, my dad and my grandma were especially close because he's the youngest. So she loved her baby and all the stuff, and he was there the longest with her. All my other aunts and uncles were like fucking troublemakers and left the house early, super young, had kids, like all this crazy shit, doing drugs. So my dad was like kind of the golden child, kind of. But
just the
just the mama's
one,
boy, yeah. So he was confused as to why he hadn't experienced anything. So one time when he was tucking me into bed, he was like, all right, bye, good night, love you, blah, blah, blah. And as he was leaving, I looked at him and I was like, oh, is grandma gonna come see me tonight again or something like that? And he was like, Grandma Kuka? She used to live across the street. That was my mom's grandma. And I was like, no, Grandma Flora, one that passed. And he was like, how long? What do you mean? And I was like, oh, at night sometimes grandma visits and she says hi and we see each other or something like that. And I think he was like, oh, well, if you, oh, it's him. if you, see her tonight, tell her I love her, we miss her, and give her a hug for me. And I was like, okay. And I went to bed. And then the next morning he like sees me and then he asks like, hey, so what happened? So did you see grandma last night? And I like looked at him and I was like, who? What? What do you mean? Or like it was basically like he kept asking me a bunch of questions and I had no idea what he was talking about. It was all like one big blur.
Oh shit!
I had no idea what happened. So there's that. But then as like time has gone on, I've always seen things or whatever, like just in my house or just being around places and stuff and going to haunted places and stuff happening. But you know, I don't know. But uh it's interesting.
Yeah.
For sure. Stuff like that. But then also like my grandpa on my mom's side had passed and we had like little nieces and nephews and stuff like that as babies and would walk around just as if they're chasing someone when everybody's just hanging out in the kitchen or in the living room. And my aunt, when she at the time there wasn't enough space over there, but everybody was like would live with my grandma for a bit before they got their own space. She was living and sleeping in the living room with the two boys. She has twins. And she told me that one time when she woke up, there was one twin on her left, but then the one on the right was like not to be found. So she looked up and like, this is like the kitchen, right? And then you just go to the left. There's like a breakfast nook or straight. Then you go to the left and then there's the kitchen. Then you go left again. And then there's the washer and dryer and then the side door to like the driveway. Like it's like a U basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she looks up and into the dining room and she sees my little cousin looking up, just standing first of all, and he's like a baby. Like he doesn't even stand. Like in general, he's not even fully there yet, or at least at the time. And he's just standing there straight up, and he's just looking up, and he's just like blah 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 blah, like just trying to have a conversation. And then she's like calling for him and he just does not stop. And he's just going and going and going. And then she finally like went out to him and like I guess talked to him or something like that. And she would ask like, who are you talking to? And he like pointed at a picture of my grandpa on the wall.
Oh shit.
I know. I was like, and this is around the time where I was I was like over this shit. Cause a lot of shit happened to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, no.
Fuck.
I would have punted a pillow at that child. I would have been like, hey,
knock it off.
stop it.
You didn't see nothing.
Demonio. Oh shit.
Si sigues, el viento te va a llevar.
That shit is terrifying. I remember one time when I was in bed and I was like just laid on my phone. And my brother and I used to share a room. And I was on one end, he was on the other. I remember I was just like, let me turn on my light to see around the room. Because I get scared easily. And like I said, last happened when we were kids. I felt like it was like ghost stuff. So I would like just scan the room to make sure everything was cool. I'm like, all right.
Dude, that's my biggest fear of scanning shit. And like, you know there's nothing there, but your brain's like, I hope I see something. And it's like, no,
the dark thoughts.
No, I don't.
I'm like, I pan to the room, then I pan over to my brother. And I'm like, for some reason, something inside of me is like, it was one of those thoughts. My thought was like literally hold it there for a little bit. And I even thought to myself, like, why am I doing? And then out of nowhere, Mikey Sanchez, doof, straight up, just hand straight out to the sky.
Because he sleepwalks, right? Or
No.
he used to?
No.
I did.
Oh.
It's just standing there. It's just straight up, and then it goes limp in the rest, and he's just there. And I was like, I remember I was just pushed up against the wall, and I had my light, and I was like, if you fucking move, I swear to God, if oh man, in my head, I'm thinking this is gonna get real fucked up. Oh my God, one of us is gonna die.
I'm to beat the shit out of my brother.
Oh my God,
He's like, no.
no. And then the hand just collapses and just falls back down. And I sat there, just like heavy breathing. I was just like,
Oh shit!
Shit. And I don't know. I guess I passed out of just fear, just out of sheer pure exhaustion of just being terrified, basically.
He's
And
like,
I remember just waking up and I was like,
where am I?
I'm alive.
Looks at his phone. It's just
It's
porn
so
playing.
No.
Two guys just going at
Wait, how
it.
old were you?
19, 18, some shit like that. I was pretty old. I shared a room with my brother for a while.
I did too.
I think I stopped sharing a room when I was 25, maybe 4, something like that. I'm old, you guys, and I still live at home. It's expensive out here in California, LA, when you don't
It's
have
hot out here.
a lot of
It-
stuff going for you.
It's been cold apparently with your little blankie and shit.
Hey, my room's cold as shit. Lee said I have a blanket. I was like, you right. I'm rocking a blanket.
All right. Well, let's
stories in January.
we'll leave that. We'll leave those stories with you for the cozy little. Hopefully you're bundled up like this now at this point. I don't know. Thank you for watching the episodes. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Any final remarks from you two? Music recommendations / I don't know, whatever you got.
I don't have music, but I do have a show.
Oh, okay.
So I finally got around to finish watching. If you guys have Amazon Prime, definitely watch The Peripheral. It's funny. I started watching and then I started seeing billboard ads from it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Advertisement works," because it pushed me to watching it. Good show. Very hard to explain, but basically, it's like these characters, the characters that are played in the show, they put on like just like a brain headset, so like they sit it on without the VR stuff. It just goes into your neurons. And then you enter this world. Ends up this world isn't they call it a simulation. It's the future.
Nice.
So your brain enters this world that's the future, but you can only see it through your peripheral, which is your eyes, obviously. But it's like only when you're not conscious. So they're going back and forth, and like the main character is like going through health problems now because these things are starting to affect her. She has to go back so many times, and then she starts like she literally goes into like some state of shock. She like spazzes, and her hand like completely starts fucking shit up. Like she can feel her eyeball getting ripped out. Yeah, and like one of the few episodes, and then but she wakes up and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like, holy shit! And she like touches her eye, and like it's like whatever.
All right.
A really good show though. It's super interesting. There's only 8 episodes. They're an hour long. Good fucking show.
Oh,
it's with what's her name? Chloe
Grace Moretz.
Yes.
Oh, I like Chloe.
She's such a good actress, dude.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Oh, right.
I don't have any music. I think
Mhm.
the only thing that I would recommend is The Menu. I watched it on HBO Go, HBO Max. It was cool. Honestly, not what I expected. I was expecting more like what's the word I'm looking for? More traditional horror. Like I mean, I don't even know if I would call it a horror either in the first place. Like that's what I was expecting though. I was
What
expecting
you call me?
horror related. But no, it wasn't anything like that. But it was still really good. I really liked it. So I recommend watching The Menu on HBO.
Oh, I might see Megan on Saturday, so I will give my review on that movie because it apparently doesn't have shit reviews.
So exciting for you to watch that PG-13 Chucky movie.
Okay.
Tengo frío.
Tengo frío. All right. I have one song to recommend. It is called "Friend of Nothing" by Together Pangea. Think The Cure, but more punky. It's a good song.
What's it called?
"Friend of Nothing" by Together Pangea. Pangea.
Got it.
Yeah, good song. Honestly, it's a vibe.
Oh, I'll have a song next week. It's an old song that I used to listen to, but it recently came up on like just a song, like hey, you remember us? And I was like, hey, I do. But it's a good song.
All right, cool. All right, I think that's it from us. I have no parting words besides, just check out that song. Stay safe out there. What's up?
Yeah, I had some. If you are in the SoCal area, be safe. There's a Tesla that ran into a wall and fell in someone's house.
Oh, I saw that. It just fucking ran into a pool. I was like, oh.
And then I've been seeing people's TikToks. I love the internet because they make tragedy into comedy, which is like the best thing of our generation. Some lady, some girl was like in I think Sacramento. She's like, if you see me swimming, like if you see me floating in a bucket, mind your business. She literally has a paddle and she's like floating down the street that's flooded. And just like in a little bucket, like she's she's just chilling in it, just paddling through it. I'm like, God damn. But be safe. There's so many fucking now existing potholes because of the rain. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So be safe. I know one of my friend's car submerged and the car drowned.
Learn to fucking drive in this weather. Lord have mercy. Don't just stay at home. Clearly a lot of people forgot how to drive in the fucking rain. You pussies. God damn it. Lord of mercy. I cannot stand it. Yes.
Like,
Lord of mercy.
What's so hard about just being like, all right, it's raining. I'm going to drive a little slower and just be a little bit more conscious about what I'm doing.
And a little bit more conscious of my space. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know.
Just because you're doing that doesn't mean you got to drive like a fucking grandma that's about to go senile and die. It also doesn't mean you should be driving like your goddamn initial D season fucking whatever they're on. Mm-hmm. You weirdo.
Don't try to stay off the right lane just because of hydroplaning and bullshit, all that shit.
I learned that yesterday.
Why? Did you almost die?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever hydroplaned before?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, that's just scary.
Yeah. It happened. It literally just happened. What was it? When was it raining really hard? On Monday?
Yeah.
When I went to the gym.
Oh, was that your first time experiencing it?
Yeah. No.
Oh, shit.
That I can remember, yes.
Oh, shit.
Like, officially. And it's with the newer car, too. So I was like, hello?
My first time it was with the car that I'm driving now, and it was with... I won't say their name because this person might watch this, and I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But it was fine. We didn't die, clearly, because I'm here and they're here, and the cars were okay.
Yeah.
That's very, very close to being very, very bad.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'll skip tomorrow because it's supposed to rain even harder. And I never drive on the right lane. And this one time I was like, I'll just be on the right, like it's empty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now I know why.
Yeah, dude. When I did it, I was by myself, but I hit that shit and I just spun out. I could not fully spin, but I was like, you can take the wheel. What happens, happens, because at that point you couldn't really do much.
I went from one hand to fucking two. I was like, grip.
Yeah, I ended. Bitch. I was like, I stopped. And luckily, it was like at a point where there wasn't any traffic because it was pretty late, and I was just like, drive home. But anyway, stay safe out there. What's it called? If you're in California, just learn to drive and
get some common sense and listen to Richard's song. It's good.
Oh, the recommendation. Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
And then overall, that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting us know your thoughts about anything and everything we talked about. Check out our socials in the description, and we will see you next week. But yeah, thank you guys. Love you. It sounds more like a dying animal every time.
True.